What the heck? What a terrible music to come back into the game to. Oh my god. Hello everyone. Right, welcome back to some more Let's Play Alone in the Dark. Well, we are now back up in the attic, and we are about to get that Indian cover. Yes, I had to redo the entire game to get back to this part. That sucked. Mental note, if you saw this part, a reminder to you, do not push that one table in front of the door. You are not getting it off of it. Okay, yes, so I've done just about everything in the same order that I did before. I try to remember where I put all the things and left them back in their normal spots. The one exception is something we'll see when we walk down the stairs, which is that I'm deciding to leave the broken saber up here currently. We can come back up here for it later if I need to. Actually, we should move it. This is a good spot for it. We'll leave it here at the moment. We will have to come back for it, but I'll also have to come back for the bow and arrow, so we'll do those things a little later. Okay, so we killed that zombie, or alien zombies. We don't have to worry about it anymore. We still obviously can't cross the pit trap or we're dead. And it just occurs to me, how similar to Occult Chronicles is this game, everyone? Think about it. In every room, basically, there's like a trap or a test or some horrible creature waiting to kill us. It's like a random encounter. Most of them are ghosts. Some of them are demons. We also have some zombies in here. We have traps in various areas as well that we have to be able to avoid and so on. It's like a live-action version of Occult Chronicles. To my knowledge, we don't fight werewolves, though. I don't think that's a thing that we do. Okay, right. The broken vase is in a different room, as is the golden key. Let's close the door, just because I like closing doors. Also, it occurs to me that these statues, originally, they looked like the, well, originally, they looked like the statue we had seen in the one room, the one holding these mirrors as well. I just thought that was interesting. Interesting enough to mention it to you guys, as I begin to think about what else we can talk about as we wander around this creepy, creepy place. And again, the music is a little too loud. It's just slightly too loud. I can't really lower it, so we're just going to have to go with this. Alright, so we're going to go back here and use that Indian cover on that one painting, which will allow us to look down the hallway, but we are still not going to be able to go down there for another reason I'll show when we walk down the hallway a tiny bit. Man, I missed this game. This is a lot of fun to play through it again. I'm so glad that we're actually able to record it as well this time around. Oh, I shut the door here? Oh, no, I haven't even walked into this room. But we have, but remember, I had to redo this. All right. So, hello. Ghost painting that will kill me. We can walk right in front of it. We can't attack it or anything. Not this one, at least. Let's go ahead and put the Indian cover over it. There we go. And now he'll no longer attack us. However, you see all the way down there? There's another picture. And that picture will also want to bash our face in. Let's go ahead and walk up a little bit, though. And I'll show you guys. We also have this very evil-looking statue. Can we search it? Statue? Painting. No. Very creepy, though. Can we get a better look at this one? No. We can't get a good look at it, everyone, but this is a location in the game. Right at the very end of the game. We just don't have a good view of it, unfortunately. Oh, I don't remember this angle. How about that? Now, as we begin approaching the door here... There's a door here. Yep. We get arrows. Endless arrows at hitting us, and they will also kill us. There's lots of pretty much you're dead. You went the wrong way in the game. And yes, growing up, oh, every single one of them got me. I guess I left the music on. We'll leave it on for just a tiny bit then. So, there's no way to get down on that side of the hallway without being shot by those arrows. So this means that we're going to have to find a way to deal with that painting. Well, the way we deal with it is with the bow and arrow, the bow upstairs. We just need arrows first. And I know where they are. And maybe we'll go and get them right now. So with that hallway kind of explored, we can't do anything else on the second floor without going first downstairs and exploring the first floor. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, we know straight ahead is the way we came in, and we know we can't leave that way. What else do we have around here? Interesting doors. Let's try one of these. It's locked. This leads to the cellar, and we'll need to go into here. Actually, we kind of need to go in every room if we want to actually beat the game. Oh, a statue of Artemis, if I recall. Well, she's the hunter, I believe, and she'll have some arrows on or in her statue. We'll search for them in a little bit. First, we're going to take a peek around here really fast. See if there's anything else to interact with. No, that's a pretty nice looking, what is this? Observatory right here? I like it. Not a whole lot of places to stand, though. It's been really well kept considering the condition of the rest of the house. Not a whole lot of weeds overgrowing it. Okay, so how do we want to do this? I think our best bet is to do what I normally do here. Okay, so when we search this statue, there's going to be a trap which kind of activates. We're going to get some very nasty spiders which are going to drop down all around the room and try to kill us. We can't actually hurt the spiders. They're so small, we are unable to step on them. However, our best bet is to slowly walk out of the room. So we're going to do that. Let's see. Here we go. Let's make sure I can just walk kind of straight back. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3 arrows. The spiders will not follow us out into this area. They will remain in that room. And they'll walk right up to the door and stare at us. But they won't dare chase us. Okay, no more music. Yep, so they'll stay there, and they can stay there. Now that we've used the Indian cover, we should have enough space in our inventory to go back up here, grab the bow. We might as well grab the ruined saber. I know we need it later on. We'll move it to a different location. And we'll explore this room. What is this? The library, which we haven't been able to get into yet. Do we need to go into the library? I'm trying to remember if we Yes, we do. Yes, yep. That's right. We'll find out why when we get there. Actually, we can probably explore more of this place before we go into the library. The library is very tricky. There's gonna be a nasty creature in there summoned to protect the library and the books. And we have to be able to get past it since we're not gonna be able to harm it, at least not immediately. The things we do to get out of here. But climbing out the window probably wouldn't work. Interesting that we don't. Well, we haven't had any. Actually, where's the entrance? The entrance is down that way. I guess there's no windows. Now I'm thinking about it. That face outward towards the front of the house. Maybe something in the attic. Okay. Well, we're here. Let's grab the bow. We'll also take the broken saber. We're going to need this. And now we're double back. We're going to go ahead and try to get that one painting. The bow and arrow, like the other weapons in this game, has no target reticule. So it's going to be kind of tricky for us to get the other Indian defeated, as it were. I don't think we ever have to come back up here again, so we'll go ahead and just shut this. Okay, where is our bow? Oh, this is a pretty nice bow, actually. Well, I mean, I guess. Oh, crap, I said repair part 1. Wasn't supposed to do that. Oh, well, too late now. Hopefully I won't have to reload the game again. Yeah, aiming the bow is very tricky, and you've got to get that arrow lined up correctly. It has to fly straight through the painting to kill the specter or ghost that is doing this on the other side. It must be triggered by proximity. Although once the picture is triggered, it will continue to shoot at you. And odds are you're trying to run away, and as you've seen, you get kind of knocked backwards. I'm going to deal with this thing right now. I'm just waiting for something new to happen in the game. Like, but by that I mean for me to open up something. And for there to be an actual monster that I don't recall being there before. Alright, so we've got to make the shot from here. Yep, all that distance. Let's see if we can do it with the first shot we make. Here we go. Probably maybe like this. Nope. Angled. Alright, try it again. Try this way. Nope, angled again. Promising. Probably not, though. No. Alright, now I have to load the game. Because, unfortunately for us, that's it. We failed. So, if we were playing this like a roguelike, that would have been it for us. Alright, let's move the arrow, my cursor out of the way. Again, come on, Carnby, we can do this. Nope. Too angled. Still too angled. This one might do it. Yes, that's a good shot. That's good. That's perfect. Bam. Awesome. And I think that's it. I don't think we have to worry about anything else from that horrible creature, but we'll back it up just in case. Okay, so can we actually look at these pictures now? No, still can't get a good look at them. Oh, there we go. Yes. See this picture here of this? You can't really make out what it looks like. It looks like a river with a forest behind it. Some sort of light in the center. We're going to see this at the very end of the game. Just remember that it's here. Jeremy Hartwood was a painter, and that's how he made all his money. He began painting stuff like that, however, and no one was really interested in it. The actual picture is of a cavern, if I recall correctly. Here's some other pictures of his. Some sort of standing stones in the desert. I believe that's a picture of the Dark Man who was hunting him in his dreams. And this is some sort of desert castle, it looks like. The parapets are floating in the air. This side is just windows. Does this look out? Yeah, I think this looks out over the side. Shame we can't actually see the giant, horrible creature that's out there. And that is the Indian who was killing us. We'll leave him his bow. We should no longer need it. Let's also save the game. For some reason, my spider sense is tingling about this room, as if there's going to be a monster in it, but I don't remember a monster in this chamber. We'll close the door, as always. Some sort of black book on a clock. Nothing in the dead end. It's a pretty awkward-looking sofa compared to the rest of this. We'll take the book. What does the book read? It's a fake book. False book. Okay, sounds like something we would need to use in a library. We'll hold on to it at the moment. Is there anything else on the in the cabinet? No. Now, you'll note the very slight crack behind the clock. Let's see what's behind it, shall we? Hello, secret. Let's see what this is in this one. A key and some parchment. What does the parchment say?
The creatures of night by Hubertus the Bald. Translated from Latin by his brother in prayer, Fratre Johann Marcus.
Of monstrosity. You who read me know that night engenders monsters, and that night creatures exist. The accursed book of Abdul al-Hazred is clear on this matter. That is not dead which can eternal lie. Unhappy he who knows that book.
That is the Necronomicon, I believe, by the cursed Abdul, what was it? The Mad Arab, Abdul al-Azred, if I recall the stories well enough.
Unhappy he whose eyes alight upon that foulest of texts. Unhappy he who implores the standing stones, for he will free the powers of darkness.
It just occurs to me, I think I have a playlist of Clive Barker's Undying on my channel. I'll have to watch that when I'm done with this.
Of the pit. Stagnant waters are like the memory of men. Beneath the surface calm, clawed beasts await, and are known to initiates as the deep ones. Awaiting his prey, the deep one seizes him and drags him down to the abyss, where Dagon, the cruel god, swims and reveres him whose name may not be pronounced. Of libraries. Unhappy he who frees the prowler. Unhappy he who meets the prowler erring among the books. He generates the vagabond that comes from other spheres. He believes the vagabond does not exist. He will feel the embrace of death, for in the eyes of the vagabond, books are no more than dreams, stone no more than wind. The vagabond knows how to take the breath of the reckless.
This is a warning to us that there is a creature patrolling the library, and that it ignores anything in its way in its attempt to reach you. Basically, the library is like a little mini-maze, and the vagabond, although slower than us, it can ignore the bookshelves and attempt to reach us anyway.
Of strife. He who speaks does not know, and believes he is able to kill the creatures of the night. Folly. Evil is conjured up by science and secrecy.
He who prowls among the books will perish by the blade. He who flies in the dark caverns will scream in fear. He who swims in the depths will evaporate. But
he who prowls among books will perish by the blade.
Darn it.
He who flies in the dark caverns will scream in fear. He who swims in the depths will evaporate. But he who believes he knows nothing. He who knows says nothing. Of death. There are domains more terrible than death. That is not dead which can eternal lie. Each creature is conjured up and is not dead, but returns to the origins. A monster, a science. Steel kills the vagabond who never dies.
Another hint that the creature in the library can be killed with a steel weapon. I don't think our swords are made of steel, unfortunately.
Translator's note. Here ends the manuscript of Hubertus, who died in the library of the convent of Teruel in the year of our Lord 1666. Requiescat in pace.
So we get a little bit of information about some of the creatures in this location. We'll just leave this here. Okay, we have a key. That will let us into the library, to my recollection. Where is our sword? Now, the library is pitch black, so we're going to have to use our lantern while we're in there, if I recall. The Vagabond is tricky to dodge, and it has really long arms. And once it begins hitting you, just like most things in this game, as we've seen with the arrows and the axes, it's practically over for you. You might as well just reload the game at that point. So, right. This part's always gave me a little bit of trouble. I mean, granted, it has been a long, long time. But it still always gives me trouble. Alright, so... how are we going to do this, Tim? Let's open this door. This door's not locked. I think the key we got opens the other entrance to the library. We're going to walk back out. Let's walk to the front and unlock that door as well. That would give me 2 ways to leave the library, which I think would be really important for us. Now, the Vagabond won't chase anyone outside of the library. We'll simply ignore them. Its duty, I believe, is to guard, well, obviously, the library itself. I am wondering how Jeremy unleashed all of these creatures, though, or why he would do so. I think that this place is just cursed with... he unleashed something which unleashed all these other creatures. It's like, oh, this does not open that door. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought it was going to. I guess not. Alright, we will go into the library, but first I want to drop our broken saber down here, just to clear up my inventory a tiny bit. Okay, we'll leave you maybe over here. There's going to be quite a few books in the library that we're going to want to be reading. This is a heads up, everyone. This might be a bunch of reading in this part. And we can leave our broken saber here as well. Okay, so then... well, let's get back to the library. Let's search a different room first, I think. Let's see what's down this hallway. Oh, a kitchen. Interesting. Some sort of pot of food? A pot of soup. That can stay here. What's inside? A matchbox. We already have a matchbox, so I don't think we need another, right? Don't we already have one? We do. Okay, so I don't think we need a second. Oh, can we actually use the matchbox to light the... you know, I never tried this before. Can we use the, matchbox? Lamp is already full. Nothing important. Okay, so no, we cannot. I see the little cabinet here. Maybe a closet? Oh, hello. Skeleton key. Anything else inside this room? I love that it shows you the back. Oh, a biscuit box. Nice. Let's eat the biscuits. You feel better. 5 more hit points. Nothing important here. Alright, so just a key. I think that key is the key to the cellar. No, we don't live in a barn. We'll continue to shut the doors behind us. A knife. We don't need these knives. Ages ago, before I had, well, ages... when I first played the game, the knives are what I stuck with as my melee weapon until I figured out that the statue can be used to... no water. Can be used... the statue can be used to kill the knight. Alright, let's get our sword out, because we're about to be ambushed. Yep. It sneaks in behind you. And we got it. Take that. I'm kind of guilty about remembering so much about the game of what to do. It'd be creepier for us to be in here and suddenly you see it sneaking up behind us. But by the time we whirl around, it's killed us. So, that would work out for us so well. A box of shoes. Oh, surely we could use a box of shoes. We're going to leave the... we should actually take lantern wheel with us. What's inside the box of shoes? A revolver. Wonderful. Let's now drop the box of shoes. Okay, awesome. Let's reload it, which will stick all of our other bullets in it. 6 more bullets. And an empty... Oh, we saw the empty box from the biscuits. All right, let's drop this over here as well. No room. Let's try this again. Now, this barrel right here contains water. And we'll have to come back here later to get some. Right now, let's take the oil can. And this one we're just going to hold on to. I'm thinking we need to rearrange our inventory a little bit. So let me see. Oh, we'll be fine. Let's get our sword in hand. Actually, that's a mistake, Tim. We're going to want our silver key. Let's unlock... Oh, wait, we left this door open. Let's go ahead and unlock the cellar, because I know that's where that's used. That one key. Man, they left all sorts of weapons in here. And the food, I guess, is still good. Oh my god, Tim. And yes, it looks like there was something that was up there on the table, doesn't it? See how the dust is not quite around there? Someone must have moved this pot of soup somewhere. I don't know what the pot of soup is for. I've always suspected it's used in the dining room to help you eliminate a bunch of, well, you'll see, hopefully this episode. But I was never able to figure out quite what to do with it. We're going to go ahead and give this an open. Let's use this key. We can then leave our key to the cellar here. Now, we need to go down there. So where is our sword? Let's save the game. Let's do this. Cellar's tricky. Thankfully, it's not dark. See those rats? Those rats are unkillable. Can't do anything. Can't do anything to them. They also are patrolling. We need to do one thing in particular while we're down here. This. See this right here? That's what we need to do. I want to search that far shelf. Well, we saw a slight hole in it. I want to search that. The rats aren't too dangerous. As long as you can run, you can avoid them. A book. We'll take that book. Let's get out of here. Probably just barely be able to beat the rats. Absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Now, what did we do? We moved a, I forget what it's called. I want to call it a kickstand, but that's not what it is. We moved a block out of the way and was able to open up a hole in the wall by letting the wine barrels move out of the way. Oh, I probably shouldn't shut that. Let's save it here. That will let us get... Well, much later on in the game, we'll find out what that lets us do. Let's just say that without doing that, you can't beat the game. Okay, we have a book. I guess we'll read it in here. Oh, wow, the game actually shows everything I've left on the ground in the background. That's actually kind of neat. Alright, let's see what this book has. I don't remember this book.
The Trial of Captain Preggst, as reported by his faithful companion Elisha Smith, known amongst his fraternity by the awful name of Captain Ellie Hell. Transcribed from the log found aboard the wreck of the frigate Astarte by H. Hartwood.
"By all the devils!" roared Preggst, glaring at William, the judge. "Curse it, Will! It'll take much more than every cannon in the blasted navy to make me change me mind. You're the greatest blackguard that ever joined our fraternity. Am I not Preggst, captain of the Astarte, and bloodiest villain in all the seven seas? Bloody Ezek, they call me. And you think I'll tell you where I hid my treasure?" The tribunal of the Corsairs' fraternity murmured at this. Preggst was indeed all he claimed. The judge, One-Eyed William, slammed his fist on the table, and silence was restored. "Shut your mouth, Preggst! You didn't pay the fraternity its rightful share, and that means only one thing. You'll hang by the neck from a yardarm, you scurvy cur! Here's the rope twisted by Satan himself. You threaten me, Will? Many a man better than yourself has lived to regret holding a cutlass in my face. You'll be begging for mercy, mark my words." That shook One-Eyed William, and no mistake. Danny waved his hook in the air and shouted, "Preggst was always a loudmouth. The law says we hang him." The jurors took up the cry, "Hang him!" It was Preggst's turn to slam his fist on the table. He threw back his head and roared with laughter. "You fools! You want to kill what will never die? Try it!" Once more, the assembled Corsairs murmured. There was unease in the air. They remembered what happened to Chuck, the gizzard slitter, the man who opened his mouth once too often. It was night, and a bitter wind whipped the New England coast. Snug inside the Dead Horse Inn, one of the Astarte's men was talking. His name was Chuck, and his subject was black magic. He told stories of human sacrifices, voodoo rites, and zombies. He told a tale of a time when their luck was down and they were holed up in a Florida swamp. Preggst went missing. When he returned, he shouted, "'Tis the devil that guides us now, me hearties!" Whether that was true or not, the Astarte began taking loot after juicy loot. The favorite song of the Astarte's men, "Crash the Bones," was replaced by a new one. "A skull, go to port saber, to starboard. Pass over that will, and with death you'll deal. If you cut a rope, cut the right, I hope, or then, I don't mind, the death you will find."
This is very important, actually. Well, it's been so long, but I'm remembering a part of the game where we're going to want to remember this song. I'll just have to remember to watch the video later. We can leave this here. But wow, good information.
The next day, as you may have guessed, Chuck's body was found with a dagger plunged between his shoulder blades. Chuck's face was fixed in a ghastly grin. Molten lead had been poured down his throat. Whatever way things happened next, and I don't have the details, Preggst was with us again, and we set sail for Florida. We anchored the frigate not far from New Orleans. Taking a few trusted companions with him, Preggst set off into the swamp. They carried large wooden chests with them. 2 days later, we heard shots being fired and screams. Preggst arrived soon after that and claimed they'd been attacked by alligators. He alone managed to escape with his life. He went on to say that the time had come to share out the spoils of our many loots. I was given command of the Astarte, while Preggst handed 3 chests over to the crew. The chests were full of gold and precious gemstones. The rum flowed that night, and the stars shone bright. All at once I noticed a tall man dressed in black. Pregst introduced him to me. "Here's a hearty mate. You can call him Keith. Many a tale he could tell." Pregst laughed loudly and held up a roll of parchment. "And his hideout, none better." The parchment fell to the ground, partly unrolling. I noticed what seemed to be a map of underground tunnels, a veritable maze of caverns. Pregst continued, "I'm giving up the pirate's life. The Astarte is in your hands now, my lad. She's a fine ship, and my reputation goes with her. Should any man call me coward, then break his head for me. I'm leaving you only because I found a treasure more precious than the purest of gold." Keith spoke to him then. "It is midnight. They are ready, and we must go." The stranger turned his cold eyes on me and said in a soft, chilling voice, "Sometimes Pregst talks too much. Forget what he just said, and maybe you'll live." The fellow's words froze the marrow in my bones, and it was all I could do to mumble, "I'll not breathe a word." The canoe slid away into the night. Their torches disappeared in the distance of the swamp. My snoring companions didn't hear the insidious rhythm of far-off drums.
Interesting. So, what do we learn from that? Well, we've learned that there was a pirate captain, Pregst. He was held for trial, and then he seemed to have escaped. He and his group of pirates, or what have you, I think that sounds like they escaped, unless that was a flashback that we had in between chapters. But he seems like he's made some sort of deal, encountered some sort of very powerful person, left his pirating behind to pursue something a little different. We also discovered that whatever it is that he had been, I guess they stopped off in New England somewhere? Sounds like that's the case. He also showed a map that has a series of underground caverns in it. This will all be useful information for us. Well, I don't know if useful, but it's a bit of backstory as to some of the places that we will find ourselves all too soon. Oh, we have a block? I don't need this. We'll just... alright, we'll put it upstairs. It's time for the library. I have a library. I was hinting as how tricky this area is going to be. So let's do it this episode. Let's do it this episode. Oh, we can probably put the block in this room? As long as we don't disturb Mr. Ghost. We can probably leave it over here. So, there you go. I can keep it company. If we use it as a footstool. Okay, so some bullets, a revolver. Let's reload the revolver again, which will give us 18 bullets now in it. Alright, so let's do it. Time to do the library, or at least some of it. I think I got like another 20 minutes left before it'll be close to an hour done. And I see it in there. The creatures don't give you any experience or anything like that either in this game. And they don't drop any loot. Well, that's right, no, they drop loot depending upon what the creature is. But well, most of them do not, in fact, drop anything. It's only a handful of creatures that you'll have to actually kill. Like, we don't even have to kill the knight. You can beat the game without killing it whatsoever. And I've done that many, many times before I realized the knight actually dropped something that we cared about. So, I think there's only... Well, I mean, you have to kill the hounds. There's a mini-boss coming up that we'll have to deal with. Some creatures you actually cannot... Some creatures you cannot kill either. Okay. Oil can. Actually, where's my oil lamp? Use this. Okay. Let's... Where are you, lantern? Put you on the ground. Back up a little. Save the game. Okay. And now it's time to hope we don't die. This thing's... Here it is. That's the horrible creature. Find a book. We'll take it. Nothing important on this bookshelf. On this shelf, can we use the fake book? No, no. No, don't do that. There's no room. Mr. Vagabond, keep doing your thing there. Let's open search. He is walking after us. A red book. We'll take that. That's interesting. Nothing important. Anything on this side? Oh God, here he is! Important. There is a way. Oh, maybe we can just use the key here. Can we use the key here? No. Darn it, I don't remember. So I wanted that door open. Oh my God, that was terrifying. Alright, but we have to go back in there. Because I left my lantern in here. That's not going to really work out for us. Somewhere in here, we can use the book. Nothing in this bookshelf. Let's wait for him to show up. A few more seconds, Tim, and then we're going to run down here. And 3, 2, 1. Mechanism of the trigger. Let's use the false book. Okay, now we just have to get over to that room. I'll risk it. Come in front. Take the lamp. Hello, Mr. Vagabond. Follow me this way, please, sir. And we're off. Okay. We should be safe in this chamber. We should be safe in this chamber, at least at the moment. Okay, let's turn off the lantern while we're here. As long as we're standing on this pentagram, I believe you're completely safe. Remember the notebook we read that mentioned that he drew the symbol on the floor, an elder sign, to protect us. Take the talisman. We're going to want to search everything in here as well. A dagger. A cross dagger. That stays here. That one stays here. This one, however, I think we want that. And these 2 parchments. And these 2 books. One of those books, however, is death. But we're going to read it anyway because, well, we're going to show you guys. But first, let's deal with the Vagabond. That will let us search the remainder of the library, get all the books, and then read them. First, let's also search the rest of this really quick. Very creepy place. Alright, so we do need to take the oil lamp back out because we have to drop this if we want to fight the Vagabond. Let's go. It's going to be tricky. We can do it. Where is it? Technically, we don't even have to fight it. We could leave it in here. Oh, God! It's right behind us! Alright, where is our dagger? God, I hope this is the right dagger. It's not. It's not the right dagger. So that's a big mistake. Alright, so it is the other one. That sucks. That sucks. All that preparation. I got the wrong dagger. Alright, so let's, how much damage did we take? Oh, we only lost 2 life. That's not so bad. We also lived, which is nice as well. Alright, so this is a nice dagger, but not the dagger we want. So, dagger. Let's put you on the floor then. There we go. And now this one we leave behind. So, I guess this is the dagger we need. I actually didn't think it was the cross dagger. It's we were just gonna die when he hit us, that he just attacked us more quickly. Unless I missed him before. And now our problems are done with him. Alright, so we can drop this dagger here. Use our lamp. Actually, we want to put the lamp on the ground and then search everything we can. So let's drop this. And we want to search all the bookshelves for any other books that might be in here. Nothing important. You get a lot of backstory if you're able to spend the time it takes to find all the books and read them. Some of them are just fluff. They're interesting stories. But I think most of them will deal with some aspect of what happened here. Oh, we also should search the center desk too, shouldn't we? Anything here? Nothing important. Nothing important. No. Oh, we should search this one. I'm going to search all of them. I remember most of the stories, actually, which is amazing. They really, the way they were written was so interesting to me. The prose that most of them had used. Oh, okay, maybe we got everything. Okay, I'm going to assume that is it. We'll search just this again. Anything here? Okay, I think that's it. Let's get our lantern and get the heck out of the library. Okay, awesome. And we still have half the thing left of that. Look at all the books we have, and parchments, and more books. Okay, so now what? We got like maybe 10 minutes left. Let's read another one of the books. Then we'll do a tiny bit more exploring, and then we'll just call it there. Where's a good place to read the books, do you think? I guess we've done some exploring in this location. We'll do some more reading in the kitchen. Something's not very happy about what's going on here. Alright, let's read one of the good books, and then we'll read one of the bad books, and show you what happens when you read the bad ones.
Unfinished Chapter of Terra Incognita by Jacob van Ostade. A hitherto unpublished fragment of the manuscript unearthed following indications furnished in the Vatican Library's Expurgatory Index.
In those icy and unwelcoming lands, the rites of wizards and healers are deeply rooted in ancient legend. Mysterious and cruel beings are thought to have ruled over the Arctic plains in times past. A cursed city, enclosed by massive walls, is believed to stand to this day. It contains fabulous treasures, and is inhabited by the degenerate descendants of those who instilled centuries of terror in the hearts of the people. These people, naturally placid, are seized with rage and horror at the very mention of the prisoners of the ice. Were these dreadful captives to be freed from their frozen cells, they would reap a horrifying tribute of human flesh. These blood-curdling beings may be invoked by certain ritual words. They can even be controlled, albeit with the greatest of difficulty. I admit to being impressed by these tales, repeated to me on many occasions and in a number of different places during my travels in the region. I have also seen troubling cult objects, sculpted in a material unknown to me. Another remarkable fact is that local Eskimos experience great distaste in pronouncing certain words, and invariably avoid saying them. Here is a living example of the power that words contain. As it is said in the Bible, in the beginning was the Word.
That is, now that I've read it after so many years, that is a good warning about the fact that some of the books you pick up are dangerous. How do you know if a book is dangerous? Well, until you read it, you don't really know. But from my experience, if the book is not a green book, it is dangerous and you shouldn't read it. That said, we're going to go ahead and read one of these evil books, shall we? Let's read the Golden Book. Let's make sure we can get a good look at our hero, though, before we do so. The camera in here was good. Was it good? I don't know. I don't want a different look. Well, maybe next episode. Well, no, I really want to read it this time. Let's find a. Actually, this is a good spot. This is a good spot. We should be able to see what happens to us here. So what happens if we begin reading? I think this is something de Vermilis, I think is what this book is. Yeah.
Ludwig Prien.
De Vermis Mysterious.
De Vermis Mysteriis.
Ludwig Prien and this horrible book. This book is filled with evil incantations and what have you. Let's flip the page. It doesn't matter now. We've opened the book up. Let's see what happens.
Nomine invocatoris si non sanctificatus es cave. De vermis mysteriis non absolvo folem legendum fatum et eum versus. Tibi magnum innominandum signa stellarum nigrarum et.
Sounds like Latin to me. Let it be known that you should not read that book. If you come across that in your library, do everyone a favor and just throw it away. Burn it first, probably. Something that's safe. Alright, so, yes. Do not read De Vermis Mysteriis. Do not do it. It's a bad idea. Nothing you can do will make that book worth it. Nope, that book is simply not to be read. Alright, so we have a little bit more time. Where is our sword? Okay, so let's explore what's down that hallway and in the other room that we'll find there. And then we'll call it a session. Actually, yeah, we'll call it a session then. We'll be reading a lot of books in the next session, everyone. Just a heads up. I do want to read all of them. It's been so long. We do have one more hostile book. We've got the red book. That will not work out so well for us. That's a lot of horrible creatures. Darn it, I messed that up. If you can get them in the chair, you only have to use one bullet on them. One round. Okay, wonderful. We have one hostile left. Let's finish him off then. It's gonna be tricky though, Tim. Judging the distance, always a little tricky. All right. Whew. Remember that we've also read that their bodies, they're not really dead creatures. They will go back to wherever it is that they came from. So we should keep this in our hand. Anything on this side? I think just doors. Yep, just doors. All right, let's do a quick search of the room, and then we'll call the session here. Oh, look at the symbol above the door. That's interesting. This is kind of a creepy room. Like, I can see that they added the drapes around to make it less creepy. But this is still a massive kind of grayish-black dining chamber. Alright, and there's nothing in this room at all. So that'll do it for us, everyone. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.